This video is going to explain the nominative and the accusative case in German. I'll start by explaining what the terms mean and then go on to the examples in English and in German and show you how they're used. Firstly, what is the nominative and accusative case? Okay, so in German there's four cases. The two we'll deal with today are the nominative and accusative. A case in grammar tells us about the function of a noun, what it does. So if you think of German or English as being a collection of puzzle pieces, and those puzzle pieces need to fit together in a logical order for the sentence to make a logical truth. German has a lot more flexibility than English in terms of moving the puzzle pieces around to form coherent logical statements. So in this case, the nominative, if we go straight to the example in English, I have the book. The nominative is who the sentence is about. Who's it about? So I have the book. Who's it about? I. Underneath, she has the flowers. Who's the sentence about? Is she. Now, the accusative case. The accusative case is normally the object of a sentence. So if I have the book and I am the nominative, what do I have? What is the direct object based on the sentence? The book. She has the flowers. She is the subject of the sentence. What is the object in the sentence? What does she have? She has flowers. Okay? So if you look at the top of the video, where I have the flags there, we'll just go from left to right there. We have the Swiss flag, the Luxembourgische flag, the Germany flag, the Austrian flag, the Belgian flag, and the Luxembourg flag. So all the 6 countries where Germany is an official language and is used. Okay, so in German we know that there are 3 ways of saying they. So in English we have the brother, the sister, the child. But in German we have der Bruder, die Schwester, das Kind. Okay? Why does German have 3 ways of saying they and English has 1? Primarily, English only has 1 because English comes from German, so some of the grammar rules have been lost through Anglo-Saxon German and simplification of language. Why German has 3 etymologically, going back from the Proto-Indo-European stages. It's just the way it was formed syntactically. I don't know the full reason. So, for example, you have der Bruder, so it refers to a masculine der, but you have also der Computer. So der Computer can't be a masculine computer. So gender, in grammar terms, has nothing got to do with the sexuality or the sex of the word. It is just a part of the language for a reason I do not know. For example, you have die Schwester, but you have also die Kirche. Now, die Kirche obviously isn't feminine attribute, but it's just die. Also, to note that all German words ending in E are D words, so die Kirche, die Kuche, and the only exception, the only word that doesn't take D, that ends in E, is das Wochenende. So the third one, neuter, das Kind. Now, you know when you're looking at a dictionary, when you're looking up a word, Bruder, M beside it, signifies it's a der word. If you look up Schwester and there's an F beside it, signifies that it's a D word. If you look up Kind and an NT beside it, signifies it's a neuter word, a neutrum, from the Latin. The final D then is plural. So when we're talking about the nominative case, if we're talking about the subject of a sentence, we have to use the first line, as stated, der, die, das, die. Der, die, das, die. However, when we're building a sentence, once we have mentioned I have, we've mentioned who the person is about, who the sentence is about, and the verb, we need to put the object of a sentence, which is what you have, in a second case to signify that it is the accusative case, that this grammatical unit is referring to the object of a sentence and not anything else. So yes, in one way it can be difficult because you got to figure out who's the sentence about, what are they doing, and what's the function. But again, in reality, it's no different to building a puzzle and figuring out that certain pieces have to go together and some pieces don't. So once you practice this in classroom with examples or through self-exploration, it just makes composing German sentences a lot easier. So a little bit of effort up front goes a very long way. So we'll start. So when you're going for the nominative accusative, if it's a der word, it changes to den. If it's a D word, change to D, das, D, das, D. So you see the only change happens with the masculine form der to den. Okay? So I have the book. Let's just go to the German. German examples. I have the book. Ich habe das Buch. So it's das Buch, das changed to das. If I said I have the computer, der Computer. Ich habe, what happens? We've already stated the nominative there. Have the book, der Computer, den Computer. Okay, note that the second one, that one, sie hat Blumen. Okay, you can say sie hat die Blumen, but because it's flowers, you don't have to have a the. Underneath the der, die das, die den, die das, that's the table. Underneath that is the indefinite article, which is for an. So, der words are ein, die words are einer, and neutrum words are ein. So again, likewise, ein goes to einen in the accusative, einer goes to ein goes to ein. So you can see immediately that only the masculine changes in the nominative to the accusative. So the rhyme that some people use is der to den, the rest stay the same. Okay? So if you go to the example in German, ich habe, I have. I is the nominative because its sentence is about me. What do I have? I have a brother. Brother is a der word. Change to den if I want to say I have that brother. If I want to say a brother, ein goes to einen. Ich habe einen Bruder. If you look down below, I have that cat. Ich habe die Katze. Die goes to die. But if I want to say ich habe eine Katze, eine changes to einen in the accusative case. So again, and only in the nominative does it change der to den. The rest stay the same. Okay. The next part of knowing the accusative case is how to use prepositions. Now, prepositions are small words that connect nouns to sentences to make logical clauses or statements. For example, they could be time prepositions, place prepositions, direct manner prepositions, anything that specifies the position of the noun and the function of the noun. So, for example, if you go over to the corner of the screen, I'll just call out in a rhyming fashion for ease of memory, and I'll explain what they mean. So, you durch, vor, gegen, wieder, entlang, ohne this. Okay? Durch is through, für is for, gegen is against or towards, is around, wieder is against, entlang is along, ohne is without, and bis is to or until. Why are these important? These prepositions are important because when you're making a sentence, when you're building a sentence, composing a sentence in German, when you use these prepositions, you must use the accusative case after these prepositions. So if you look at the kind of bottom right hand corner of the screen there, use ich sehe den Mann. Simple sentence. I, that's who's the sentence about. The verb is ich sehe. What am I saying? The object that I'm looking at is der Mann, but we know der Mann could change to den, the accusative case. Fair enough. Second sentence. Ich spiele Fußball ohne den Mann. I play football without the man. Okay. So ich spiele is the nominative. Fußball is the object that we're playing as well. So that could be in the accusative case, but we're not focusing on that now. We're putting an article on it. So, but we have ohne. So when we say ohne, if we know we're writing ohne without, that signifies to us that okay, we need to use the accusative case after this word. So likewise, man changes to der Mann. Okay? So this is just a general introduction, theoretical, and one or two examples on the nominative. Nominative is the subject, who the sentence is about. The accusative is the direct object of a sentence. So if I said I am making this video, who's making the video? I am. I am in the nominative. Okay? What am I making? I am making a video. The object of what I'm doing is the video. So I am making the video. Likewise, you have a biro. What's the object of, what is the subject of that sentence? You. That's the nominative. What do you have? What object do you have? The biro. So you're in the accusative case. So you need to figure out those in German, which is a lot easier to do once you sit down and listen to this explanation in whatever format quite properly. The only hindrance to you is that when you're learning German words, you need to learn if it's der, die, das. So when you're learning Bruder, you don't just learn brother equals Bruder. You say brother equals der Bruder. Schwester is not sister. Schwester is die Schwester. Child is not Kind. Child is das Kind. Reason being is that as we go along, you need to know the gender of the word, because you need to know if that word, if that puzzle piece fits appropriately with other words. So if you're looking words, ask your teacher, is it a der, die, das word? Consult a dictionary, use other mediums. But once you have a good working knowledge of this, and you know the gender of certain words, then you will be okay.